Alrighty, so it has um, definitely been a stressful election cycle for anyone following what's been going on recently. But I have been working on making a prediction for how the presidential election will shake out. I started actually on August 24th, and then ever since then, I've been um, researching polling and also mail in ballots, how many have been returned, and early voting numbers on websites and other things like that. And I have come to a conclusion. So this will be my final prediction of the year. So I will start by going through each of the likely states. Not likely, sorry. Safe states, then I'll go into the likely, then the lean, and then the tilt states, which tilt really means they could go either way. But you will see as I go on that the tilt states won't affect the outcome of the election as much as you may think it will. So I will start with the Democrat safe states. Keep saying likely. Democrat safe states. So we're going to start over here: Washington, Oregon, California. We got over here at Illinois. We can go to New York. Really, all of these states, not New Hampshire though. That's ironic. The one I click on is not the one, but Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and the Democrat stronghold in D.C. We also have the state of Hawaii, and that is what I think the safe Democrat states are. I'm pretty sure I've covered them all. Oh, no, I'm not. I missed one. Well, it's not a state. I missed Maine's first district. That is the um, more urban part of Maine. Definitely goes to the Democrats. So after that, we're going to continue on. I actually have a few more. Those are the 99% chance win safe states. Now, there are more safe Democrat states, but they're at a less percent, but they're still up high in the 90s. So these are the 99%, or really greater than. There's really no chance of any of these states flipping. The same for the Republicans. They have strongholds. Sorry, I said that word. Strongholds in Idaho, Wyoming. We have North Dakota and South Dakota. Um, Nebraska at large, and then also Nebraska's first and third districts. Oklahoma, um, Arkansas, and then Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. Louisiana, I already covered that one. Yep. And then Tennessee, up here into Kentucky, West Virginia, and that is the end of the 99% chance Republican state. So as you can see, after covering, there are more states that I'm going to declare as safe because they're a very high percentage at 99, but they're actually at 96%. But these are the 99% chance for wins. So right now, are 183 Democrat, 77 Republican. And then we'll do the still safe, but Democrat states at 96%, which are Colorado and New Mexico. New Mexico people are talking about they're really wanting to be like a change in a lot of voters' minds after uh, the final presidential debate when Biden talked about oil and kind of said that he wanted to end it and we'd phase it out, I guess. But been too many mail-in ballots already that have gone for the Democrat, most likely. And I do not believe that there's any chance really at all. I mean, there's 4% chance is what I believe, but there's really no chance that that'll flip either way. So we got New Mexico there. We'll go over here, Virginia, 96%, and Maine state wide at 96%. Okay, and then switching back. So those are all of the safe states. Those are right here is every state that I believe is safe for the Democrats. And now the Republicans' safe states, these are at 96% chance. So really there's a small possibility of an upset for these. So Republican, There we go. It's Kansas, Montana. You over here, Utah, Missouri, Indiana, and South Carolina. So these are the states that there are a 96% chance. Oh, and Alaska. No, I can't forget about Alaska. Way off. It's way far away from us, but it's still a state. So there we go. Those are the 96 to 99% chance of winning for those. So we can declare all of these safe states. So that has the Democrat at 212, and over here the Republican at 125. So a long way to go for both candidates still. Not as far a way to go for Joe Biden, but a big part reason of that is the big states, California and New York, have gone already for him. But there are other big states, Texas, Florida, Pennsylvania, three very big states right there that still have to go. So now we will get into the likely states. Now, I actually have no likely Democrat states, but I do have a lot, quite a few of likely Republican states. And we're going to start with Texas. I think there's a 92% chance that the Republican Donald Trump will win in Texas. I think that the talk that Joe Biden will pull out to win in Texas is ridiculous. It's crazy, in my opinion. And there's absolutely no shot of that in 2020. Maybe 2028, 2032, we might see a flip there with all of the Californians moving down there. But I do not believe at all right now that there's any chance at all of um, Joe Biden winning that. These states, which are also likely, Iowa, Ohio, North Carolina, and Georgia. I think there's an 88% chance that Donald Trump wins each of these. 88. That leaves only 12% chance for Joe Biden. And all four of these, sorry, I think have been declared as toss-up states. But as you know from the last election, the polling is horrible in America. And I do believe, looking at all the statistics possible, that Iowa, Ohio, North Carolina, and Georgia are almost definitely going to go to Donald Trump. And the last likely state might become a bit of a surprise. Sorry, fumbling over here. Is Florida. Florida, it's not as big as the other ones. It's only a 77% chance. So that's like about 3/4 of the time I think Donald Trump would win, which isn't huge, but it's still likely at this time. I do think it's very likely that Florida wins. A lot of the Hispanic voters, a lot more than last election at least, are in the polling flipping out, showing out for Donald Trump. And even though there's less support up here in the panhandle from older people and retirees, it's not going to be enough to overpower the rest of the state, including everyone who voted for him last election. So I definitely think he's going to win by more than he did last time. I think that he's definitely going to win the state by more than 1% or so that he did last time. So I think he has a good shot at maybe 3%, 3% in Florida to win. That's a 77%. So these are all of the likely states that I have. As I said, I had no Democrat likely states. And as you can see right now, this puts Trump in a way better position than Joe Biden. He's only 23 electoral votes away from winning the election. And Pennsylvania, as I will get to, that'll put him only at 3 points away. So now we're going to move into the lean states. So first of all, these are the lean Republican states. I have a few lean Republican states, and they're all. I'm going to break them down in a different way because I'm going to go by percentages. So what I think their percent chance of winning was. So first of all, we have Arizona. Arizona is lean. I think there is it's not as lean as like super close. I think there's a 73% chance that Donald Trump will win the state of Arizona. Now, you might maybe asking, well, if this was only 77, that's only 4% more than here. Yes, that's because I said that the difference between a likely and a lean state is there's a 25% swing. So the 75% margin, 3/4, I think, okay, those are likely states. Anything less than that between the 50 and the, or really 55 or so, and 75, those states we're going to go as lean. So there's Arizona. That's the 73% chance. I think he wins Arizona. Up here in Pennsylvania, I think there's a little less of a percent, 69% chance that Donald Trump pulls out a win in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, that is a big state, and as you can see, I've already predicted that Donald Trump will win the election. This map is looking, right as of right now, very similar to last election. So now let me do a Democrat lean state, and that is the state of New Hampshire. And I think New Hampshire is lean, same percentage as Pennsylvania. So Donald Trump is just as likely to win Pennsylvania as Joe Biden is to win New Hampshire at 69%. So New Hampshire is definitely moving more towards Republican. I believe that the first district over here will go to Donald Trump, but the second congressional district will not, and there will be some enough votes to overpower the Republican vote over here. So I think Joe Biden will win the state of New Hampshire. And then the final lean state I have is not a state, is a district, and it is the second congressional district of Maine. I think Donald Trump won it last time, and I do believe that Joe Biden will not be able to pull out the win here, and that Donald Trump will definitely carry the state. Not definitely, as I said, it's a 62% chance. I don't know if I said that yet, but it's a 62% chance that he will win the state of Maine, or the district of Maine. Joe Biden will be winning the state of Maine. I said at 96% chance that he'll win the state of Maine. So that is all of the lean states. So now we really have the true toss-up states, which are Nevada, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Nebraska's second district. So there's only really, right, we got here these 4 states in this district that are true toss-up states, and those will be going in the tilt margins. So Donald Trump does 279 to 216 already beat Joe Biden, but let me hit these here. So the Republican tilt states that I think he'll be winning by a percent or so. I gave Donald Trump a 54% chance of winning each of these states, 54%. So there is the margin of error of about 4% in my polls. I should have said that earlier. My prediction, there's a margin of error of 4%. So that's my margin of error for each of these. So really that's why I have these as like likely and such, because the 4% I took into account if it could swing either way. Because really, if you use my exact numbers, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Maine, they aren't likely. They're not lean, they're more likely. And Texas is definitely a safe state if you take that. But I did use the 4% margin of error in my calculations. So right now, 43 electoral votes up for grabs. So here are the tilt states I think Donald Trump will be winning. I think, first of all, he will flip Nevada. This is one he did not win in 2016. I do think this will be a flip for the Republicans. Another flip that I think the Republicans will get is the state of Minnesota. So these 2 states that Donald Trump did not win last election, and I think he has a very good shot at a much better shot than he did the last election of beating these 2. Now, you're not going to find polling that's showing these, but trust me, you're going to be shocked on election night. Of the few polls that I do trust, Trafalgar and Rasmussen, they have had really close in these states, a few times up, maybe even tied. So I do think that Donald Trump will probably win each of these. The other tilts for Donald Trump, Wisconsin and Michigan, he won both of these states in 2016, and I do think that he will carry them again. Now, keep in mind, in each of these states, they could really swing either way. You need to keep taking the fact that there may be corruption in the mail-in ballots. There may be problems with the early voting. So do remember and do think of that anything can change in these states, the tilt states. Anything can change, and these could really swing either way. But as I said before, Donald Trump doesn't need these tilt states to win the election. So he will still carry out a win. Now, the final I have is Nebraska's second district. I always want to say new because I see NE and I think of new. I don't know why, but it's Nebraska. Nebraska's second district, congressional district, is very small compared to the rest of the districts of Nebraska, but that's because of Omaha, the big city in Nebraska. And I do think that this is a flip for the Democrats in that a tilt Democrat lead occurs, and Joe Biden might pull out the win in Omaha. Now, Trump has been visiting Nebraska recently, so that might change in these few days. But I do believe that Joe Biden will call on a lot of those working class people to pull out the win for Donald Trump. I mean, for Joe Biden. Donald Trump in 2016 won this district by only 2%, I do believe. So it was much closer than people thought because Romney won it by 7. But I do believe that it will swing back towards the Democrat and Joe Biden. And this is how I believe election night will shake out. So now I do not know if we will know these things by election night. I do think we will know, excuse me, that Donald Trump is the winner. I do think we'll know that on election night because I think the states we won't know are the tilt states. So I don't think we'll know Nevada for sure. I don't know if we'll know Minnesota, Wisconsin, or Michigan, or even Nebraska's 2nd district. But I do think we will know the rest of the states, including Pennsylvania. People are saying they don't know. The only reason we wouldn't know on election night in Pennsylvania is if there are mail-in ballot problems. And I do know that the Supreme Court did rule to allow the ballots to arrive late. So, but I do believe that Donald Trump's lead will be enough. They'll say, okay, the mail-in ballots that are out, I don't think that they are enough to overpower the support that Donald Trump has received on election night. So, all in all, I do think this is my final election prediction. So I do want you to remember this, and we'll see on election night. We'll all be watching. I'll actually be working at one of the polls as a election judge, they call it, where I have to make sure everything is running smoothly and safely with no problems. So that's what I'll be doing on election night until 8 p.m. Then I will come home and see what states have already been called, because I do live in the central region, so there will already be polls kind of closed in on the eastern and even in the Midwest because they'll be closing right as I leave. So I will catch up and see the states that they have called. Really, they'll only be the safe states that are in this region that I think will be called by then. But I do believe Donald Trump will pull out the win, a bigger win than he did in 2016, by a much bigger margin. Because so I'll like to recap. Donald Trump will win every state that he won in 2016, besides Nebraska's 2nd district. That's not a state, but the district, the one electoral vote, will go to Joe Biden. He will also win 2 states that Joe Biden did not win in 2016, or the Democrat, because it was then Hillary Clinton, now Joe Biden. The Democrat will not win the state of Minnesota or Nevada. Those are the 2 that I think will be flips for Donald Trump. So if we look at the last election map, you'll actually see that it was 306 for the Republican, which is if you take into account because he did not win Minnesota, which would make it 316, and then you add in Nevada, 322, subtract the 1 that he loses from Nebraska, and that's how you get this map. So I do think it'll be a fun election night for most, all very stressful. And as I said, I don't know if we'll know everything by election night, but I hope we will know very soon, and I hope that my prediction is correct. So 321, 217, Donald Trump pulling out the win. I thank you all for watching, and please like this video.